No pressure at all after the great prof just spoke. Thank you, man. To the chairman of the Standard Bank Group, Ms. Nonkululeko Nyembezi, other fellow board members who I think are still here, our CEO, Sim Chabalala, and other Standard Bank Executive Committee leadership team, our clients, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As we bring the summit to a close, I'll keep my remarks very brief. The true test of today's conversation lies not what was said in the room, but how we carry them forward into meaningful action. Over the past 5 summits, our intent has been clear: to convene conversations that matter, conversations that challenge assumptions, that inspire new ideas, and most importantly, that mobilize action. This year has been no exception. Today, we witnessed a richness in the conversations, where we heard different perspectives, united ultimately by a common goal, driving Africa's sustainable growth while addressing the profound realities of climate change. This morning, Sim reminded us that the day would produce sparks, and that's exactly how it started. Sparks of debate and fresh possibility. Allow me also to extend our deep appreciation to our speakers for the different perspectives offered today, which brought much-needed debate. To His Excellency President William Ruto and President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, thank you for your recordings and for lending your leadership voices to the summit. Your participation underlines both the urgency and the seriousness of our shared mission. To all our moderators, thank you for guiding and enriching our discussions with wisdom, rigor, and courage. And perhaps most importantly, thank you for reminding us it's not only about the statistics or projections, it is about people, about the lived experiences of families, communities, of those who contend daily with the realities of climate and energy. And to our clients who stand at the forefront of Africa's sustainable growth story. Your contributions today have been invaluable. Standard Bank remains deeply committed to partnering with you on this journey to unlock solutions that are innovative, practical, and enduring, and affordable for this continent. This summit has never been about consensus. It's about the courage to bring differing perspectives into one room, not necessarily to agree, but to engage honestly and constructively in service of progress. We were challenged to unlock capital and to be bold, especially where others see only risks. The message from President Ruto was unmistakable. Africa cannot wait for others to lead. We must lead, and we must lead decisively. We were also reminded of the balance we must strike. We have a duty to do everything possible to mitigate climate change. That is a non-negotiable. Yet we must also focus on growth, because in Africa, more energy translates into more jobs, more income, greater dignity, and wider opportunity. I think at this time it's important to be clear on what the position of the Standard Bank Group is as it relates to the twin threats that Africa faces, namely the high vulnerability to climate change and the persistent energy poverty. This position is supported by our purpose statement of Africa as a home with driver growth. And I believe Sim captured this best in his opening remarks. And I'll quote some of his comments. When we say that we support a just transition, we have always meant it, both the just part and the transition part. By just, we mean that our focus is unequivocally on driving Africa's growth. And that means we support a mix of renewable and transitional projects. Close quote. And maybe to take a sidestep. It's important at this point to just outline that our approach to projects that we finance is done with rigorous environmental and social screening aligned to international frameworks, namely the Equator Principles, which means we consider all risks associated with projects, including financial, non-financial risk, environmental, and social. and we take these seriously. Our commitment to energy transition is anchored in our updated climate policy, where we've restated our commitment to reduce the share of our balance sheet that supports upstream oil and gas, whilst we've set a new and larger target for sustainable finance. This is to mobilize more than 450 billion rand by 2028. Our commitment is further supported by the fact that during the 2024 financial year, for every rand funded towards non-renewable energy projects, roughly 6 rand was used to fund renewable projects across the continent. And we believe that there's more to be done. And so as I conclude, I hope that everyone found today useful. You could have been anywhere and you chose to spend it with us. And more importantly, that I hope that we all carry forward the sparks of today into action that shape tomorrow. And if we do this, we'll not only confront the challenges of climate change, we'll also unlock Africa's true promise of growth. Thank you, and thank you again, Iman, for hosting us today.